African Union Communications, Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of February 4, 2026. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces improved their tactical position. Formations of 3 mechanized, 1 airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Gremyachka, Mogritsa, Miropolye, Novaya Sek, and Korchakovka in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, units of a mechanized brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Okremovka and Zibin in the Kharkiv region. The enemy lost up to 280 servicemen, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 17 vehicles, a HIMARS multiple launch rocket system launcher of U.S. manufacture, 3 artillery pieces including 2 of Western manufacture, and an electronic warfare station. 3 ammunition depots and 4 material depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces inflicted damage on manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized, 1 assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and 2 National Guard brigades in the areas of the settlements of Gorokovka, Kovsharovka, Staroukrainka, Nechvolodovka, and Grushevka in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 190 servicemen, a tank, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 12 vehicles, 5 field artillery pieces, including 1 of Western manufacture, a counter-battery radar station, and an electronic warfare station. 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces, as a result of active operations, liberated the settlement of Stepanovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. Formations of the Ukrainian Armed Forces mechanized motorized infantry and mountain assault brigades, as well as 2 territorial defense brigades, were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Privolye, Kramatorsk, Roskoshnoye, Artema, and Konstantinovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to up to 165 servicemen, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 14 vehicles, 2 field artillery pieces, a counter-battery radar station, and an electronic warfare station. 7 warehouses of material supplies and fuel were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. Personnel and equipment of 4 mechanized and infantry brigades, an assault regiment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a National Guard brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Belitskoye, Dobropolye, Novoalexandrovka, Kutuzovka, Krasnoyarskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic, and Novopavlovka and Pershotravensk in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed formations amounted to over 350 servicemen, 5 armored fighting vehicles, 11 vehicles, and 2 artillery pieces. Units of the East Group of Forces continued their advance deep into the enemy's defenses and, as a result of decisive actions, liberated the settlement of Staroukrainka in the Zaporozhye region. Formations of a mechanized brigade, 2 airborne assault brigades, and 2 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Pokrovskoye, Prishib in the Dnipropetrovsk region, Rybalskoye, Zelenoye, Barvinovka, and Verkhnaya Tersa in the Zaporozhye region. The enemy lost more than 340 servicemen, a tank, 13 armored fighting vehicles, 12 vehicles, and an electronic warfare station. A supply depot was destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted damage on manpower and equipment of a mechanized brigade, a mountain assault brigade, and a coastal defense brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Orakov, Novoandreevka in the Zaporozhye region, and Sadovoye in the Kherson region. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to up to 65 servicemen, 8 vehicles, and a Western-made field artillery piece. A supply depot was destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian armed forces groups inflicted damage on fuel and energy infrastructure facilities used in the interests of the Ukrainian military-industrial complex and the Ukrainian armed forces, storage and launch sites for long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as temporary deployment points of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 153 areas. Air defense systems shot down 8 guided aerial bombs, 22 HIMARS multiple launch rocket system projectiles manufactured in the USA, 2 Neptune long-range guided missiles, and 139 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 670 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 112,215 unmanned aerial vehicles, 649 anti-aircraft missile systems, 27,484 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,658 multiple launch rocket systems, 33,050 field artillery pieces and mortars, 53,641 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.